subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that. Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. I am going live with you tonight to answer your questions as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. Now, before I get into today's video, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. The first sponsor, AXXESS Medical Solutions. If you need a medical DBQ, reach out to Dr. Freeman in Lafayette, Louisiana. Give him or his team a call and find out if they can work with you to complete a DBQ and nexus statement. Again, Dr. Freeman, AXXESS Medical, Lafayette, Louisiana. Our second sponsor, if you need a mental health DBQ and nexus, make sure you contact Tampa Counseling and Wellness in Tampa, Florida, and talk to Dr. Carlos Garcia or a member of his team so they can get you scheduled to complete a DBQ and nexus statement that is for mental conditions. Also, I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber that I've been going live with for, over a year now, almost 2 years, David Piatek. Make sure you reach out to him, VA Housing Education. That is his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Catch us as we go live once a month. Also, all three individuals, I put their contact information in the comment section. Also, we still got room in our monthly membership. Click the link, get scheduled. Also, I put in the comment section my book, VA Claims Success. You cannot go wrong with that. Okay, so before I get into the Q&A, a lot of people have been reaching out and saying, hey, we got a new administration. Dwayne, what is going on? There are a lot of executive orders going around. One of those, and I'm going to do some videos on these, okay? The president is requiring certain federal employees, to include the VA, back in the office. What does that mean, possibly mean for veterans? We don't know, but I can tell you this, work is going to go on the same way unless they change some things, okay? Instead of working at home, they're in the office. Is that going to make it faster? Probably not. My last 2 years as a rater at the VA, I worked from home. Those 2 years, I only went in the office 3 times. One of those was to turn in my badge and equipment, turn around, the front of the regional office, gave him a salute, about face, got him a car, went back home, got in bed. Okay. And actually, I got more work done. I was able to get more work done working from home. Okay. But it's been a few years ago. Time will tell. A lot of VA employees I've talked to, they're already thinking, hey, I'm gonna get a reasonable accommodation. I'm gonna be working from home anyway. That's not gonna change anything. So we don't know at this time. Also, those proposed changes, I'm looking out, keeping an eye out on the VA's website. Is there anything going on, any chatter? But again, it's only been, 2 days? So time will tell. If I find out some information, I will do a video on it. Also, if you come across something, a lot of people have been sending me, not a lot, but a few veterans have been sending me links. Like, hey, Dwayne, check out this information. Check out that information. I do the research. If it's something I think that's worthy other veterans need to know, I'll do a video on it. Lastly, before I get into the Q&A, a lot of veterans have been saying the DBQ is no longer on the VA's website. It's clickbait. They're still there. I check them every day. I just came off vacation about a week before last, and while I was gone, I had my office manager to check the VA's website twice a day, in the morning when she logged in and in the evening when she logged out. And I was like, let me know if the DBQs are removed. And I'm like, I don't have cell service. I was on the cruise. I was like, text me anyway. So when I do get cell service, I will see it. I never got the text. came home. Every day I have been checking, the DBQs are still there. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some Q&A. We got 135 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. If this is your first time, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Now, a lot of people just hit the subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you're going to get a drop down window. Hit the notification button. So when I upload a video, when I go live, you get notified. Okay. Also, tonight, people, if you want me to create a separate live stream for members, create a small membership group here on YouTube just to do a Q&A for members, let me know. Okay. And I can turn this third Wednesday into that, because I'm not getting to a lot of people. I'm not getting to answer a lot of people's questions because it's a lot of questions. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. First question, Brandon, I would love to know how to file secondary claims with the VA. Do you just file like a normal claim and then state if your late statement that is a secondary? Question mark. Thanks. Okay, Brandon. Super easy. I think I may have a video. No, I don't have a video on how to claim secondary conditions, but I have videos on what are the top secondary conditions, I think, to tinnitus and mental conditions, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But it's simple. Brandon, if you never filed a claim, let's just say you're claiming sleep apnea secondary to PTSD, and this is your first time ever claiming sleep apnea, it's going to go on a VA form 21-526EZ. And basically, you're going to state, I am claiming sleep apnea secondary to my service-connected, let's say PTSD. Please see my attached sleep study, which confirms a diagnosis of sleep apnea and also my prescription for a CPAP. Now, it's going to have to go through the process, give you a CMP exam. The doctor is going to have to provide a medical opinion and rationale, depending on stating why they either gave you a positive opinion or negative opinion. All right, let's keep going. Douglas say, good evening. I can join in. Yes, you can, Douglas. Welcome, sir. You say, how? You're already here. Grace Smith. Yes, Grace, I am going to be snitching tonight. Did a little bit of it. Don't know how much snitching I'm going to be doing, Grace, but just for you, I definitely will. Good evening, everyone. Toasty, are we? It's cold in Hampton Roads area, Virginia. Remember to check on your neighbors. Hey, it was 40 degrees here in Florida and windy. And people were posting pictures of welcome to Florida, and they had snow on the sign, right? They got snow in Pensacola. They got snow in Jacksonville. We really don't, down here in Southern Florida, we really don't. That's not Florida, but we say it's either Alabama or Georgia. But anyway, they got snow, and a lot of people in those areas never seen snow before, believe it. I'm originally from Southeast Missouri. I grew up in the snow. I lived on the south side of Chicago, but I've been in Florida almost 20 years, and I was cold. We had to cut our fireplace on. We cut the heat on. We probably ran the heat here in our home more this past week than I did the 7 years I've been in my new home. Okay. It's crazy cold. All right. Let's keep going. Richard, Dwayne, thanks so much for all you do. Thank you, Richard, for the support. I love doing this. VA Housing and Education. There he is. And this is David. I got a video for that too. Peer Tech. Good evening, Dwayne. Another nugget. Field live events. Yes, you know, Dave. So for those of you who don't know, Dave and I, we're going to start going live every second Wednesday of every month. Sometimes that may change depending on our schedule. I know Dave is probably in his garage working on his snow blower, getting ready to remove some of that snow up there up north. But we go live every second Tuesday of every month. The second Wednesday of every month. And we take questions about the VA claims process, and he's a subject matter expert on VA home loans. So if you need to refinance or you purchase a home, anything about VA home loan, check out his YouTube channel. I put the link in the comments for you. All right, Superior Water Softeners. You didn't tell, Superior Water Softeners, you need to leave me a link. Where can I get a water softener? Okay. I am still in appeal. When do I file? When do I file if I disagree with the effective date of an award? And what do I do? Handle I disagree with the percentage the CA awards mean. Okay. So if you have a pending appeal, you can't do anything because it's still on appeal. Once they make a decision, high level review, you cannot file a high level review on a high level review. It's either BVA or supplemental. Okay. Um, if they did a rating decision and you disagree with the effective date, then you do a high level review. If the high level review confirms and continues the effective date, got to go to BVA. Okay. If you do that, it's going to be a while, but make sure you know the 38 CFR that they violated that they should have used to grant an early effective date. Right. Ed Sanford, good evening from freezing Ocala. Yeah. You're just right up the road. It's cold up there. Well, I'm pretty sure it's cold up there in Ocala. I'm down here in Tampa at Sanford. It is, Cherie, it's cold. Okay. It's 44 degrees right now. So, here in Florida, up north, they're like, oh, that's not cold, but here in Florida, that's cold to us. Dwayne, thanks for all you do. Thank you for the support. I have learned a lot from your videos. I joined the Army June 3rd, 1983, hurt my back and had continuous care through VA since. Okay. It's part one. She has a part two. I was denied saying I had spinal bifida. I have never heard of that. I definitely didn't get it in 3 weeks since they presumed me sound. Had x-rays, none saying spinal bifida. How do I fight this? I'm having trouble getting someone to say they did not find something. Thanks for your expertise. Okay, Cherie. So when you filed a claim, the question I have, did they give you a CMP exam? If they gave you a CMP exam, have you submitted your Freedom of Information Act request to get a copy of the exam to see the rationale supporting the negative opinion? Okay. You have to have that. Also, is it documented in your active duty medical records? Okay. That's what you have to think about, Cherie. All right. And we do private Q&As, and in these private Q&As, these are some of the questions, the answers, the questions that are asked, and we answer those. So a lot of veterans, they don't understand. They're like, Dwayne, what do you mean a medical opinion rationale? What is that? How do I get a copy of my CMP exam? I have videos on that. That's free. But sometimes I may come back with 2 or 3 questions that you need to answer that, unfortunately, here, we're not able to do that. Okay. Let's keep going. And if you're interested in a private Q&A, I put the link in the comment section, take you to our website. It has our business email. The email is there. I'll get you the link to sign up in Calendly. Okay. Mike, VA has denied me for drives because I'm not on prescription drugs. In the meantime, I filed an appeal with the BVA a year ago. I just got put on prescription eye drops. Should I cancel the BVA? I can tell you right now, Mike, that's not why they denied you, because you weren't on prescription drugs. If you had a CMP exam, like I just stated before, do you have a copy of that CMP exam? Why did that examiner say no? What was their rationale for saying no? You have to know that. Also, sometimes the raters will put this in the rating decision, and veterans do not even pick up on it. Okay. And before I go on to the next question, I'm going to put up a post on the YouTube channel. And the question I'm going to be asking is, how many of you out there want me to start doing classes on what makes a DBQ actionable and sufficient? Okay. Now, there will be a small charge. I might charge $9.99 or something like that, because when I used to do these trainings for free, like 3 or 4 times a month, people sign up and not show up. Okay. So there's a lot to go on this, and this is my time. Okay. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know. If you are a member of the membership group, do not sign up. These are things that we go over inside the membership group. Okay. But just let me know if you all want me to do that and we can get it set up and we'll start promoting it. Okay. Um, are you ready? Let me know where you're joining in from. Okay. Just trying to get through some of these. Chris B, what's going on, Chris? What's up, Dwayne? Tuning in from San Antonio. David P, if you're here too, hello. Yep, I don't know if he's still here. David, if you're still here, give a shout out. This is Chris, long time supporter. Appreciate it, Chris. Chris, what's the name of your German Shepherd? That's what I was going to ask you. Okay. Betty says, hello, all. Hello, Belly. Betty, you're coming in from Maryland? No, it's cold up there. Okay. This is one of our sponsors, AXXESS Medical Solutions. If, again, medical DBQ, make sure you reach out to them. If you're not in the Louisiana area and you need a joint DBQ, unless you go in person, they're not going to be able to do it. Those exams have to be done in person. Okay. If you need a mental health, Tampa Counseling and Wellness, Dr. Carlos Garcia, he does habla español. There's his number and a website, Mental DBQs. And both of these individuals have been doing DBQs for years, okay? Lithonia, Georgia. Okay, you got some snow up there, Mike. Again, if you want to do a private Q&A session with me, let me know and I'll send you my Calendly link. I'm only doing, right now I got 4 hours open per month, okay, because I am very busy. I may open up to 6. It's going to be first come, first serve. So if you shoot me an email, I get your link, get signed up, put it on the calendar. And I do those by Zoom, okay, because a lot of times I'm in the M21-1 or the 38 step forward. I need to show you something. I had one today, and the gentleman didn't know how to search the M21-1. We went over some diagnostic code criteria and some other stuff, okay? And I'm sharing my screen and explaining that stuff so you understand. And I do talk about this diagnostic codes in my book. I have a free video, but again, you know, if you have a question like you don't understand the verbiage in 50% for migraines, okay? You can find that stuff in the M21, okay? Watch my videos on how to win your claims for migraines if that's something you're interested in, and then you don't have to sign up for the Q&A because that information is in that video. I have over 500 videos on my YouTube channel. Just do a keyword search and watch that video. That'll answer your question. You watch another video, that can answer your question. Watch another video, that can answer a question. And you don't have to sign up for the private Q&A. I got a lot of videos on this, and I talk about it in my book. Use the private Q&A as a last resort if you get stuck, okay? Let's keep going. The membership, there's the link. It's in the comment section. It'll take you to the landing page and a lot of information in there. You know, I got a John Doe DBQ. I got a template for a direct service connection, secondary service connection, medical opinion, even a BVA argument, okay? We go live twice a month, and I answer questions. I give a block of instruction on something. So we started May 1st of last year, and those recordings are in there. And I think we're over 50 lessons now, and there's resource links, a lot of good information in there, okay? Let's keep going. Oh, the book. You want to get a copy of the signed book, you go to my website. That's the link, and purchase your copy there. You can also get it on Amazon, but if you order it through Amazon, there is not, one, it's not a discount code, nor it's not signed. If you go to my website, use this code, TDH, Tango Delta Hotel, TDH 15 to get 15% off. Let's get back into these questions. Mike, if you fax your claim in, I was told it generate an intent to file after the claim is accepted for your next claim. Is this true? Mike, I got a video on this. They said, okay, if you fax your claim in, it's not an intent to file. It's the date of claim. You're faxing it in, okay? In my book, I talk about what is the easiest way to do an intent to file. 800-827-1000. I would like an intent to file for compensation. In a couple of weeks, they should send you a letter saying they got it. Or you can go on va.gov, start filing a claim, and stop. Okay. I wouldn't do it that way. That's just me, because there could be some technical issues or something like that. But a lot of my clients and veterans I know, they call in. All right. So we got 228 people. Chris is going to be my moderator. Chris B, let me know how many likes we have. Make sure you hit that like button. Help me out. Okay, Johnny says, KMD, what's going on, Johnny? How do you out exactly what the DTA is for? Okay, so I have I'm assuming you're saying DTA error. Guess what, Mike? I got a video on that explaining DTA errors. People, if you want to know something about DTA errors, go to my YouTube channel, not my website, my YouTube channel. Type in DTA. The video will come up. Thus the name. I got a video for that. All right, Rob, let's talk about DBQ disappearing. Okay, so real quick, I got a video on this, people. That's what I'm saying. I have over 500 videos. Just, people send me emails and leave me voicemails, and I really appreciate it. They leave comments on my YouTube channel. Before you reach out to me, type a keyword of a topic or about a question that you have. Go to my channel, type that keyword in, see if I have a video on it. Okay, that could answer your question. That's going to be the fastest way. If you're still confused, in the description section, all of the links that I shared with you tonight are in the description section of every video, at least back to August. Okay, before then, we had a different description, but if you need contact information for one of these doctors, let me know and we'll get it to you. Okay, but that video, Rob, basically what that video said, it didn't say they were removing the DBQs. The law was passed December of last year, giving the VA secretary the power to remove the public DBQs from the website in certain conditions. Okay, make sure you check out that video. All right, because I share with you the actual bill and walk you through it. Okay. Michael, I just received favorable decisions for sleep apnea. Guess what? I got a video on that. Even did a live stream talking about favorable findings. Okay. Tinnitus and chronic fatigue syndrome. And I have diagnosis at AXXESS. I intended to file a supplemental claim after seeing your video on favorable opinions. Can I add late statements? Yes, you can. Hello from Virginia. Okay. Rose City. Phil. Hey, Phil, what's going on? Hello, Dwayne. I'm 10% for tinnitus. Should I file for sleep apnea secondary? Getting nervous about the change for sleep apnea. You can. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I'm like, as a rater, I cannot recall seeing anybody do that. But you can, and you should get a CMP exam, and it has to go through the process. Before you file that claim, do a Google search. Can tinnitus cause sleep apnea? I don't know. Find that out first. If you know someone in the medical field, ask them. Look up some medical literature. Never know. That will be huge to submit with your claim and take to your CMP exam. Okay. Getting work done at home is a lot better. Okay. Oh, yeah. Rob, you a rater? You a VSR? Okay. All right. Okay. Sherman, what does CMP exam consist of for hypertension? All right. Guess what, Sherman? You're in luck. I did a video on how the VA rates hypertension. And come on, people. Y'all not hearing me. I got a video on that. It's just not some colorful 9 times out of 10. I actually have a video on that. Did it late last year, how the VA rates hypertension. Look at the diagnostic code criteria. Well, one, where does that hypertension fall under the 5 ways of service connection? That's the first thing. Do you have a diagnosis? Number 2. Then get 12 months of your blood pressure readings. Look at those numbers and where do they fall under the diagnostic codes for hypertension. Watch my video, Sherman. Trust me. You'll thank me later. This old goat. Hello from North California. Okay. Where are you at? You up in Eureka? You up in Redding, California? Where are you at? Up there. Okay. Unbroken. If a veteran is rated for depression, would you advise to file a PTSD claim for traumatic events or just file an increase for mental health? Does filing a PTSD claim even matter? Woo! Okay, I can tell I'm broken. You're probably new to my channel. All right. So mental is mental. They're not going to give you 10% for depression and give you 50% for PTSD. PTSD, you need a stressor. Guess what? Unbroken, you're in luck because I got a video about PTSD stressors. Go to my channel, type in PTSD or stressors. That video will come up. And then that when you watch that video, you'll know file a claim for PTSD if it matters. Okay, if you already if a veteran is rated, if you're already rated for depression, don't mess with PTSD. They're going to take it as an increase for depression. Okay. Daniel, if I was denied for UC, don't know what UC is, due to a service connection, but I was rated 70% for PTSD, can I file UC secondary PTSD? UC, do this. Yes, you can file UC second, whatever UC is, you can file it secondary to PTSD. UC, urinary incontinence, maybe. All right. Rora Yamanda, unless you got records for sleep apnea in service, they won't cover it. I've seen veterans get it secondary. Okay. Actually, I've seen some veterans get it based off lay statements. Very seldom, but I have seen it. Oscar, good evening. I just went to 2 C&P exams for secondaries. Both exams went well, and raters both mentioned medical studies that proves the secondary. Well, raters won't do that. The examiner will, and the rater will put it in the rating decision. No lay or nexus. What do you think as far as a rating? You just said the raters both mentioned medical studies, so where did it had to be in the rating decision? No lay or nexus. What do you think? There's more questions I got for that, Oscar. Something, you're missing something there. Mortgage guy. All right. I was denied mental with an actionable and sufficient nexus DBQ. First denial said no because it was paid for. They're not going to say that directly in a rating decision. I've never seen them say they denied it because it was paid for. HLR requested informal call because of tie after the second C&P exam. It was denied. Thoughts? More to unpack there. You got to get a copy of that C&P exam. And this, I've done videos on this where I'm talking about VA employees rejecting actionable and sufficient DBQs. But you, the veteran, before you submit that DBQ, you need to make sure it's actionable and sufficient. But a lot of individuals have been saying, Dwayne, my DBQ is actionable and sufficient, and they still refuse to use it per 38 CFR. What? 3.326 sub part B. And I think the other 38 CFR 3.159. I can't remember the subpart. Chris, let me know. I know Chris know it. Chris has been following me for a while, so I know you know it. Logic, part 1 and 2 had an appointment for HLR today, but they canceled it 30 minutes before because they said it was premature. But I already confirmed that they had received an 0996 2 weeks ago. Part 2, I reviewed your videos on HLR. My question is, can I submit a 4138 form, attach my explanation for the high-level review written out along? No, you can, but they're not going to consider it. That's on the 0996. Now, logic, go back and schedule it again. It has to be a glitch in their system because this is not the first time I've heard this. Go back and schedule it again, okay? AB, do I need to go to the VA more than once a year for? No, there's nothing in the regulation says that you have to go to the VA. If you do go to the VA once a year, that doesn't mean you're going to get service connected. That's not the way it works. What conditions are you claiming, and where does it fall under the 5 ways of service connection? Don't worry about it. Guess what? Got a couple of videos on it. And I talk about it in my book, okay? All right, let's keep going. Okay. Um, mortgage. I was denied mental with the actionable sufficient nexus in DBQ. First and now said no. Okay, I just went over that. I'm service connected for scoliosis, 0%, cervical, 0, going for increase. Also, radiculopathy is secondary along with other issues, never diagnosed, but it was there for upper and lower extremities next. That's it. Okay. Range of motion. Make sure you watch my video about range of motion because a lot of third-party examiners, what I'm hearing, they are not using goniometers. In that video, I'll give you a link to Amazon. Get a pack of 3, 6, 8, and 12 inch. I think it's like $7.99. So when you get to the exam, the examiner says, "Oh, I don't have any." Boom. Here it is, doc. Bam. And then a lot of examiners are saying, "I don't have to use it. I can eyeball it." The regulation states the only way range of motion can be measured is by a goniometer. And guess what? When you get a copy of that CMP exam, I guarantee, I'm not going to say I guarantee you, but I bet you 9 times out of 10, that doctor said they use that goniometer. But they told you they didn't have to because they're thinking, oh, they don't know about Dwayne Kimball's channel. Well, I've already given you this information. Okay. And that's all the rater has to go off of because the rater is going to say, well, they said it, but this is how you combat that. And I got a video on this, but I'm going to give you the cliff notes. If you go to a CMP exam for a joint and a doctor fails to use a goniometer, okay, when you leave that exam, 800-827-1000. I just left the CMP exams for this doctor at this location, and they told me they didn't have to use it. They refused to use a goniometer. Also, when you get home, download a VA form 21-4138 and annotate it on there and send it in and request that they not rate with that exam because it's insufficient and request another. Now, it's going to be up to the rater to make that determination because it's going to be your word against theirs. Okay. Now you're going to be in a fight. You got to get a copy of that CMP exam. And again, 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't surprise me if that doctor said that they use it. Because if they say they didn't use it, the rater is supposed to send it back because then that exam is what? Insufficient. That's a nugget. Okay. Alan. Hey, Dwayne, coming in from Crestview, Florida. All right. Can radiculopathy be claimed as direct service or does it need to be always secondary? In my book, page 13, pages 9 through 13, the 5 ways of service connection. Where does it fall under the 5 ways of service connection, Rob? Herrera, I filed for an increase of PTSD. I reviewed the 38 CFR for the symptoms. Had my primary doctor document the symptoms. Had an independent DBQ and personal and buddy statements. Anything else I need? You got to understand, how do you explain your total and social occupational impairment? How does that PTSD stressor impact your social life and your occupational life? William, I filed for sleep apnea, secondary PTSD. I also filed a claim for chronic bronchitis as well as chronic cough as secondary to burn pits. Okay, let me know how that works out for you, William. Douglas Bryant, I know. My bad. Okay. Just going through these people. Davey, hello, sir. What's the difference in decision phase and pending decision phase? 1,000 number kind of confused. I'm trying to, from a rater standpoint, okay, because as a rater, they don't tell us what they show you all on the front end, okay? No train on that. Decision phase, it's just in a phase. Pending could mean they've assigned it to an actual rater. Where decision phase is ready to go, it's RFD, ready for decision. And then pending decision, it could say, oh, we've assigned it to the rating activity or rating team. If you don't know what the rating activity is, I got a video on that. Douglas, Dwayne, should I give the VA a copy of all my civilian primary care? Be careful when you do that because then you could, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. But let's say you claim a back condition and you have 1,000 pages of private medical records and only 10 of those pages are for the back. Why would you send in the other 900 and something pages? But this is your claim, Douglas. If you want to do it, hey, knock yourself out. I wouldn't, but this is your claim. Did Sylvia, did an HLR and an error was found? How long would it take to hear back hear about the claim? Actually, I did a video on that. DTA errors. Okay. It's no set time frame, Sylvia. Did you ask the Dro that question if you had an informal conference? Come on, people. You all get off the phone with these Dros. Start asking questions. I got videos on what questions you need to be asking these Dros. Matter of fact, I'll put that on my vision board because I need to do a new video on that. Tashonda Ratliff, good evening. New here from Central VA. Make sure you subscribe, Tashonda. This is very informative. Thank you. You're welcome. William, what do I do if I had a failure to assist from a high-level review? You mean duty to assist? And it was sent back to the regular rater, and I was denied again. The rater said they were not military related. What do I do now? Get a copy of that not CMP exam, but claims folder and see what happened. In that notification letter, it gives you the options. People, when you get that packet from the VA, you have 2 different documents in there. The rating decision and the notification letter. You need to read both. William, that lets me know you did not read your notification letter because it gives you your options if you disagree. Okay? You have to do that. You have to. CB vet filed for hypertension and diabetes secondary to PTSD and was denied. Any suggestions? Yes. If you had a CMP exam, get a copy of the CMP exam to see what was the rationale for the doctor saying no. People, these last few questions, you got to take a step back. It is time to get educated. This is what my book does. This is what my monthly membership does. This is what the private Q&A does. But most importantly, my free videos. You got to get educated on this. These last few questions lets me know you all are filing claims. You don't understand the 5 ways of service connection and how your condition, the conditions that you're claiming, where do they fall under the 5 ways of service connection, and what is the requirements for those? You have to do that before you file that claim. People, you got to get educated. If not, more than likely you're going to get denied, and then you're going to be like, I don't know what to do. Okay? I got videos on this stuff, free videos. Okay? Mr. International, thanks for the donation. Great information. Definitely appreciate that donation. Hi, I am Martin and new to the channel. How can I get in touch? 101. Martin, scroll back up to the top. I left a lot of information to get private Q&A sessions. I'll do it again. We'll copy it and I'm going to put it in the comment section. Okay. So people, you can scroll through. I put a lot of links at the beginning about if you need a medical DBQ, if you need a mental DBQ, how to do a private Q&A, monthly membership, VA home loan, VA housing education, YouTube channel, David Piatek. Okay. Make sure we're looking at these links I'm providing. Etna, hi, got a rating code sheet from VSO. Emailed it to me today. It shows both my ratings as static. I am 80%. And how does this help filing secondary claims? Okay. Even though I got a video on that, you look at those conditions you're service connected for. Google them. Say, hey, what are some side effects or residuals from PTSD, tinnitus, migraines, whatever it is, common complications. And it'll give you a list of conditions. If you have one of those, you can claim that secondary. if in fact it caused that condition. Okay. It still has to go through the process. All right. Let's keep going. Got about 20 minutes. Craig Johnson, what about pending deferred? Not understanding that. Never heard of that. Heard of deferred, not pending deferred. Chad, hey Dwayne, Gulf War vet, was previously denied for bilateral shoulder pain, was claiming as direct service connection years ago. Is it documented in your medical records from active duty? Now with presumptive for joint pain on the Gulf War, should I be able to get service connection now? I'm not going to say you should. You can file it. It has to go through the process. Okay. If anybody says, "Oh yeah, just go ahead and file it, you'll get service connected," they're lying. Okay. Do I hope it does? Yeah, but it still has to go through the process. It's not guaranteed. Okay. Faith and family. You're changing my life, man. Hey, that's what I'm trying to do. Can't wait for my back pain sciatica. Should I upload my depression diagnosis in the same claim file or create a second claim for the mental health? You can do it at the same time. Okay. But are you service connected? Changing my life. Can't wait for my back pain. I've seen veterans file for service connection for a condition and claim the secondary condition at the same time. But I am claiming mental health, major depressive disorder secondary to my claimed back pain. But I just understand when you do it that way, if they deny the back, more than likely that depression is going to get denied. If it doesn't fall under any other ways of the other 5 ways of service connection. Britt Devereaux, I'm rated 60% for chronic. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. My rheumatologist says they are 2 different diagnoses. Should I submit a claim? Okay. I don't know because I don't know what those conditions are. I'm not a medical professional. Google it. Okay. I would have to put that in the M21-1 to see where that would fall under the rating schedule to see if it's would be rated the same way or rated separate. I don't know, but I am not familiar with Brit. I'm not familiar with those conditions. I would have to even first Google them to see what they are and then go from there. Chad, P2 did 1 have favorable findings, shoulder impingement, found in x-rays. X-rays from where? Active duty? Happy to share the VA 101 E2s, veteran survivors as volunteers. Just reach out to me. All right. Rob, Rose City is always like that. Timothy, part 1, based on your experience as a VA rater, how long does it normally take for VBA to implement changes dealing with citable CAFC cases? I was informed that a lot of these court cases dealing looks like probably got another question there. There's no set time frame. Okay. It's none of this is no set time frame. Merle, what does it mean when the CMP does not require a medical opinion? Could be presumptive. Could be 1 year presumptive. Gulf War presumptive. Agent Orange presumptive. If you're doing an increase, no medical opinion is needed. Okay, Jane says accredited VSO can see the VA claims file without waiting for the requested claims file from the VA. Yes, if they actually are your accredited agent. Now, accredited agents are not supposed to print out documents. I know it was that way when I rated, but I don't know if that's changed. Now, you can submit a FOIA request for your claims file. I have a video on how to get it in a matter of weeks. Also, I have a video where you can go out to the VA's website, log in, and look at every document that they sent you. And you should be keeping a copy of everything that they sent you. If you do all that, you have 95% of that claims file. Okay. But some VSOs, I know when I was a rater, they wouldn't share their information with veterans. I don't know why not. because it's their information. Okay. But if you want to bank on a VSO doing that, I just take the bull by the horns. Every time I send something into the VA, keep a copy of it. Make sure you go ahead and submit that FOIA request. It doesn't take that long, people, because I gave you the blueprint on how to get it. So a lot of people, and I actually interviewed a veteran, I think it was last May, he followed my instructions after submitting that FOIA request. He said he got it less than 30 days. And some people can't even get in touch with their VSO. They call. So by the time you call, leave a voicemail, it may be a couple months by the time that VSO gets back with you. So make sure you keep a copy of everything that you send the VA and keep a copy of everything the VA sends you. Check out my video on how to go and view those documents that they sent you. You can download them. Booyah. There it is. That's the nugget. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, that's like obstructive sleep apnea medical opinion. Was it due to weight, not depression? Do these doctors consider medical literature? I'm waiting to see if the rater makes the connection or if I'm denied. It's going to depend on the examiner. Some examiners are better than others. It's just, it's some examiners are better than others when it comes to that. But you're just gonna have to wait until you get it to see if it's granted. If it's granted, hey, good to go. If not, then that's why it's important. Like I said, if you got a VSO and you call them and say, hey, I just had an exam, can you look at that medical opinion and rationale for me? Okay, but again, you got to get them on the phone first. Jane says, Dwayne, do you charge for your consult or claims assistant? Just for the private Q&A sessions. But what I tell people is this. Before you even get to that Q&A, don't even sign up for it because it is a fee. Get the book, $29.99. TDH 15 will give you 15% off. Read the book. It's only going to take you 4 hours to read it. Invest the time to watch some of these free videos. And this is another thing, people. Check this out. A lot of people complain about getting charged for private Q&A. It's my time. My knowledge is what you're getting. A local community college here in Tampa, for 5 years, I did a VA presentation for them once a month, free, and then follow up with a Q&A. And I was telling people about this in my live streams, and they still wasn't signing up. I was doing free town halls, free Q&As. People weren't signing up. Every Thursday for the last 3 years, a nonprofit organization, I am on there answering questions, and it's free. And over the past year, I've only had 3 people that follow me on YouTube to sign up. Chris, if you're here, let people know about it. Let people know what you think about it. So before you even sign up for the consult, follow me. I just did one with me and David Piatek did one for a nonprofit sorority organization this past Saturday. It was nobody from YouTube that I know on there. It was free. Okay, so before you sign up for the private Q&A and pay, follow me on social media, see where I am, get in there for free. Okay, and those are done by Zoom, so they're live. Okay, let's keep going. Jerry, hello, I am 80% and have been for 5 years. I just put in for TDIU. Jeffrey, I hope you watch my videos on how to win your claim for IU. They made me take 2 or 3. Yes. And those were claims for increases because IU is not a standalone claim. Waiting to see where these claims takes me. Thanks for helping all of us. Jeffrey, I hope you saw those videos. I hope you saw those videos. What can I attach my sleep apnea secondary to? Okay. People, be careful with this. I'm not going to tell you, attach to this, attach to this. What do you think which service connected condition do you have that you and your doctor think that cause sleep apnea? If you're just looking for companies to do DBQs, or you going out to this company, they say, "Hey, yeah, you got this condition. Yeah, we can do a DBQ." Make sure you're doing it the right way. Just don't have people filling out stuff. So, Killer B, I can't tell you that. That's a conversation between you and your doctor. Say, "Hey, doc, I'm service connected for all these things, and now I have sleep apnea. Do you think, or is there medical literature out there that says that these conditions that I have can cause sleep apnea?" Okay, so Killer B, you got to get you got to look at what your service connected for, and get with your private doctor, or if you got a primary care physician at the VA, and have that discussion with them. Because I'm not a medical professional, and that's something that I don't do. Okay, now I've seen in the past where veterans claim sleep apnea as an intermediate step to service connected conditions like joints and stuff like that, because they've gained weight. They got a video on that. I've seen veterans claim sleep apnea secondary to a mental condition. Okay. But you would have to make that determination and speak with your medical professional or a medical professional. Okay, John, I'm 90%, I'm 58, 90%, claim more conditions and will likely reach 100. I want to also add diabetes in case I die for my spouse. Is a mistake to file more, might get reduced. Okay, that's a YouTube myth, John. A lot of people say, "Oh, and I got a video on that, John." Go to my channel, type in bear or poking the bear, and I break it down in that video. As a former VA Raider, if you were 100% permanent total and you came in and claimed tinnitus, I'm not looking at that whole file. There's no regulation that states that I have to. And I know a lot of people, some people out there on YouTube are saying, "Oh yeah, they will do it." They never rate it. Okay, that's no. Now, if they say it happened to them, they're not telling you the full story. There's something that did happen in that video, John. I do share a story where I did have to go back and look at something. Okay. But it doesn't happen often. Check out that video, poking the what? The bear. Okay, Chris says, "Good morning from Clark, Philippines." Okay, yeah, it's 8:52 a.m. Or is it 9:52? Okay. All right, Michael. I did answer your question about a couple of hours ago, Michael. You left a couple of comments on YouTube. Yes, excellent class. DBQ Nexus class will be excellent. So yeah, okay, Michael, that's one. Other people, let me know if you want me to do those classes. Let me know. Do you do secondary roast city? Okay, that's not for me. DBQs aren't needed if treated diagnosis in service. Okay. They are, Jane, if a veteran is claiming direct service connection, because the rater will still need to know the residuals. But if you have a progress note with the same information, that can be used instead of the DBQ. But I will tell you this, Jane, these raters, these VA employees, they didn't get the same training I got years ago, and they're going to screw that all up. DBQ, go for it. All right. All right, we got about 6 minutes. Timothy, part 2 was FMC cannot be actioned by VA raters because it has not been sent out for VACO. Okay, not understanding that question. So, okay, high-low pressure washing, San Antonio, Texas. John, San Francisco in the house. Okay, all right. Never been to San Francisco. I would like to go there one time to ride one of those trolley cars. We'll love a private Q&A. Okay, Sherry, let me know. I'll put the business email in the comment section for you. Reach out to me there, and I'll send you a link. Okay. Join in from northern Minnesota. Ooh. No, Jane, you are not blocked. I did not block you. Cleveland, Ohio. Man, I know it's cold up there. I used to do some work in Stowe, Ohio, Mario. Stowe. I went up there a couple of times. Marvin, question: how often should one get a copy of claims file? I got one 2 years ago, and I get treatment from the VA. So that's different. You don't need a copy of your claims folder to get those medical progress notes. You need to go to My Healthy Vet, and you can download those. If you don't know how to do it, you can go to your local VA medical center and go to release of information. Hey, we got 321 people here. Someone, please let me know how many likes do we have. Okay, I'm trying to look. Yeah, somebody let me know how many likes do we have. We got over 300. Make sure if you subscribe, hit that notification button. Okay. Let me get back to where I was at. I do apologize, people. I'm so sorry. Where was I at? We got a lot of questions. There we go. We got a lot of questions. So we're going to get into a rapid fire. Greetings. Thanks for free nuggets in BDD claim. SHPE completed by the VA provider. Okay. Is that self health assessment? VA provider gave 5 diagnoses and DBQs for 5 things I didn't claim. Do I need to claim those conditions now? Yes. If you're in the BDD claims process, yes. Good afternoon. Okay. So we have about 3 minutes left. We'll go through a couple more questions, and then I'm going to get to the questions that the people that left donations, because I always do that because they donated. Has there been a freeze on claims since October? No. I've been stuck at step 5. Some claims will work faster than others. I've been hearing that, though. Aloha from Hawaii. Okay. How long are claim reviews taking? There's no set time frame. Some are faster than others. When will you do the class, Wayne? I'm going to let people know, but I only got you and somebody else said they want it. Let me know if you all want it, because I got to have my team to put that together. It does take work putting those classes together. So let me know, give me a thumbs up. Put a 1 in the comment section if you want me to start doing some of those classes. Put a 1 in the comment section, okay? And I'll get those scheduled by the end of the month. If you're on the website, we'll promote them. I'll be providing links. We have social media posts that we put on YouTube. I'll put it there. I'll put it in Facebook and other places. Good evening. I'm here in Riverview. I was just over there. I was over in Panther Trace. Had to drop my son off at school this morning. So I was over to Sam's on 301 in Big Bend, get some gas. You know what's crazy? I was in Lowe's in Riverview on Gibsonton Drive, and I was on the phone with one of my best friends, and I was looking for help. And I saw one of the guys that had the jacket on, and he was like, "Hey, Dwayne." I'm like, "Man, how you know my name?" He was like, "I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. I recognize your voice." I was like, "How crazy is that?" Okay. Over in Riverview. I filed a fully developed claim yet. It has been in stage 3, evidence collection for a month. Can I get them to skip the next step? Everything is submitted, including the DBQ. I refuse to see the exam. Okay. No, you're just in a holding pattern. There's nothing you can do to force it unless you have a hardship. Guess what? You're in luck. Go to my YouTube channel, type in hardship, and I explain if you have a hardship, it'll get flagged, and you go to the front of the line. Okay. All right. Oh, Michael said, Dr. Garcia is awesome. I used him as well. All right, Michael. Yes, he is. Star says, thank you for everything you do. Definitely, you're welcome. So now I'm going to get into the people that left let's see, credit VSOs to serve veterans for free. I filed over 1,000 claims and never charged. Okay. I'm gonna address this. I'm gonna address this. I'm gonna address this real quick. People, VSOs are free. Lawyers are free. 9 times out of 10, many lawyers will not take your claim because they don't get paid. They only get paid on appeal. I was telling a veteran today that I've seen lawyers refuse veterans to represent veterans and say, come back to us when you get denied. And then you sign up for representation, and they don't tell you that if if they win it, they'll get 20%. So I've seen lawyers file that appeal on that 364th day, right the day before that appeal ends. So if they win and that appeal takes 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 years, now they get 20% of back pay for those 3 years when they could have did that appeal 30 days later and maybe get a quicker decision in a couple of months. But now they get 20% of maybe 50 grand opposed to 20% of a few grand. Okay. But it's up to you who you want to use. A lot of people say go use VSOs. VSOs don't get the same training as Raiders do. Totally different. But again, I don't tell people not to use a consulting company. I don't tell people not to use a VSO. I don't tell people not to use a VA claims agent. Whoever you decide to use, make sure you ask questions. Guess what? I have videos on my YouTube channel of some questions to ask VSOs, claims. You could use those same questions for consulting companies. But at the end of the day, it is up to you. Okay. I just wanted to charge that. Not charge it, but I want to address that because a lot of people say that you're grown, you're an adult, you sign your name on a dotted line to serve, you know how to read, you have to make that decision. Okay. Up to 22. Okay. Chris. Okay, there's Chris said 90 at 620. All right. So I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna get to the questions that people donated. We got 341 people. We should have over 300 likes. Okay. From your experience as a Raider, what percentage of VA claims have you seen that were filed wrong? Woo! Good question. A lot. I don't even, if I had to do a percentage, I would say about 35, 40%. And guess what, Mr. International? Some of those came from VSOs and lawyers. I received a claim. I'm not going to say this VSO organization. They filed an increase for tinnitus. The veteran was service connected for tinnitus at 10%. You can't get an increase because when you get service connected for tinnitus at 10%, it clearly states this is the maximum evaluation. So why did that VSO claim an increase in service connection for tinnitus when the veteran was already 10%? Okay. So it's just not veterans. I've seen lawyers make mistakes filing claims. This is why it's important for you to be educated. So if you're doing it or you have your representative do it, you need to be involved. You need to understand what they're doing and why. Okay. But yeah, there are veterans that, file incorrect claims. It's unfortunate. Okay. I'm going to keep going here. Let me slip over to the share. Okay, here we go. Thank you again, Michael, for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. Thomas, thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated for all the donations. And for those of you who don't know, I created a nonprofit in my grandmother's name. So all these donations, KMD 89, at the end of the year, donates funds over there. And if you go to my website and you look at corporate responsibility, we've given away book bags, school supplies, turkeys during Thanksgiving. We fed some people. All those pictures are there. Okay. We adopted some schools. We got refrigerators from Home Depot that donated to a school that didn't have refrigerators in their teacher lounges, or they were old, dated, leaking. We did a lot of that stuff using these donations. Okay. Even though I want that Dodge Charger Hellcat, I do not use these funds to put in my fund for the Dodge Charger Hellcat. We put this back in the community. Okay. So if you want to see some of those pictures, go to our website, look on the corporate responsibility. Hollins. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Got these donations. Marvin Jenkins. Super. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yep. I saw that. STR. I have an intent to file. I've had this intent to file since June 2024, but pain management wants to do RFA, radio frequency, on my back to decrease pain. I haven't submitted claim yet, but should I decline for increase in back? I'm not going to tell you not to get treatment, sir, ma'am. That I do not do. 813. I don't know if you're in the Hillsborough County area. I don't do that. Just think about this. Range of motion for your back, they're going to look at all the range of motion, but mainly the main one is forward flexion. Okay. That would be a decision you have to make. I'm not going to tell you not to get any treatment. But I will say this, June is coming up quick. Okay. You don't want to wait till the last minute and then something change. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Kevin McLemore, is vertigo secondary to tinnitus a common claim? I've seen that before, and I've actually rated some cases where veterans got service connected. They had really severe tinnitus, but again, you got to put the claim in, and it has to go through the process. Okay. It's Huts. Thank you for the donation. I'm beginning to submit claims for issues during service after 8 years separated. I have 3 months of current civilian medical service. I'm not going to say that's enough, but what's good about it, you have that continuity of treatment. So it's documented in your medical records from active duty, and you show treatment over the 8 years. That will prevent that rater and a doctor saying, hey, there's no continued treatment. And one thing about that, I talked about this in some of my videos, these examiners, even some raters that I work with, don't understand this. You're trained in the military not to go to sick calls. Suck it up. And then when you get out, they think all of a sudden you're just supposed to start going to the doctor. You still have that mentality. And I had to explain that to one of my first CMP examiner. And if you were in a combat unit like myself, first sergeant, a platoon sergeant come down there, they see a sick call. What are you doing here, soldier? Oh, I got a sore throat, trying to get some. Get out of here, suck it up. They don't believe that happens. It happens. It happened to me. I've seen it happen to other soldiers. Okay. So especially these civilian CMP examiners that never served, they don't understand that. And you may have to explain that to them. Okay. All right. Oh, we had another donation come in. Thomas, you do charity. I'm all in. Enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. So again, people, if you go out to my YouTube channel, my website, you'll see all I've done. Actually, I have a video. I adopted a school. Oh, this is maybe this is after COVID, so a couple of years ago. And in that video, I had somebody follow me, and I went into Restaurant Depot. I bought 800 sodas. I bought 800 chips, and I took them to the school. And they had a in-service, in teachers' warehouse or something. So the students on recess all day. And we dropped off 800 sodas. So I'm filming all of that. Okay. So it's in that video. I can't think of the name of that video, but go and type in adopt a school or something like that, and it'll come up. And I'm in Restaurant Depot. They filming me checking out, loading the truck up, taking it to the school the next day. It's an older video though, but I think you all will check it out. Andre, hello. A sleep apnea question. I'm going to receive my CPAP through VA, but didn't see them add OSA to my problem list. Would I need to ask them to add it? As long as you have the sleep study showing the diagnosis of sleep apnea and the prescription for the CPAP machine, but you got to keep in mind, where does it fall under the 5 ways of service connection? You have to start there. I have videos on my YouTube channel. So you could type in 5 ways of service connection. You could type in step 1, part 1, That's where I'm talking about the 5 ways of service connection. If you have the book, pages, I believe 8 or 9 through 13, I'm talking about the 5 ways of service connection. But if you don't want to purchase the book, I have free videos. Okay. I have free videos, but the book, I go in a little bit more detail. All right. Yeah, y'all, hey, for the charity, thank you. Thank you, Killer B. I definitely appreciate it. Mr. Morant, Super Sick, thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks everyone for all the donations. I definitely appreciate it. I'm going to go and see how many people put a 1 in the. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that. Get that schedule for everybody. Yep. I'm going to get that schedule. It is going to be live. I'm not recording it. When I used to do all these before, they were all live because I know you're going to have some questions. Okay. If you are in the monthly membership, do not sign up because these are things that we're going to be going over in the membership. And yeah, thank you. Got a lot of ones. Be on the lookout for that. Also, I'll do a separate one and go over a nexus statement. What goes in it? Okay. So I'll get back to doing those. Be on the lookout. Trust me, they will be coming soon. Thank you. I do apologize if I didn't get to a lot of your questions. The great says, Dwayne, tell it all, bro. Bruh. I'm sorry. She said, bruh. Sorry I didn't get to your questions. We got 305 people. And I just want to take this moment to thank all the subscribers, people that tune in to me. Follow me on social media. I am doing a lot of free stuff here in the community, here in Tampa, online. Reach out to me. I can get you those links and it's free. Okay. But when I do these classes, they're not probably be something small like $9.99. And that's just basically to get people to show up. Okay. Because I did I think it was year before last. We did an event. It took us about 3 months to get things together. It was a 4-hour event. We did an hour each day. We had 532 people sign up. I mean, we were doing things behind the scene, and we only had 154 people sign up. So people weren't respecting my time, my work, the time that my team put into this. So we're going to do a small, it might be $9.99, something like that. Okay. But trust me, it will be worth it. All right. With that being said, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. I'm going to still bring you, as long as I have freedom of speech, right? I'm going to continue to bring you educational videos. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified when I go live. When I go live with David Piatek, he talks about VA home loan stuff. Free information, people. Free. Okay. If you want to get in one of my free Zoom sessions, let me know. If you come in on a Thursday, it'll be about 12:30. Just make sure when you ask the question, you can direct it to me. There are some other individuals in there to ask questions. If you want me to answer it, just say, Dwayne, can you answer this question for me? And it's live, okay? I can get you that information, okay? Everybody take care, enjoy, and good night. If you're up north, make sure you stay warm. Take care.